Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Kurnia Asmaria. I'm the second semester student of Medical Record and Health Information Department. In this special occasion, I would like to present about quantitative and qualitative analysis from the two examples of medical record templates. What is quantitative analysis? Quantitative analysis is an analysis by analyzing parts of the medical record documents with the intention of finding deficiencies related to the completeness of medical record documentation. What components are analyzed on the quantitative analysis? 1. Correct patient's identification on each set of medical records. 2. Important report. 3. Authentication. And 4. Review of documentation procedures. Example cases in quantitative analysis. In this discussion, I take references from journals that discuss the Qualitative Regional Hospital, which has the highest cases, namely asphyxia neonatorum. Many of the medical records of the asphyxia neonatorum case at the Qualitative Regional Hospital are still incomplete and inaccurate. Incomplete data from quantitative analysis at Qualitative Regional Hospital on 10 files of medical records for asphyxia neonatorum patients. Namely, 1. Quantitative analysis of the completeness of social data in the medical record files of special and foreign patients. 1. Incomplete name. 2. Incomplete medical record number. 3. Incomplete address. 4. Incomplete contact persons. And then incomplete consent signature. 2. Qualitative analysis of the completeness of evidence of medical record files of special and natural patients. Complete important reports or recorded evidence on medical record files. According to the Ministry of Health 28, inpatient medical records must at least contain the results of the history, which includes complaints and disease history, physical examination results, and supporting actions taken to patients. 3. Quantitative analysis of evidence of hereditary signs in the medical record files of dysphagia in natural patients. Proof of legality of medical record files is not complete. The validity of the recording in the medical record document, namely the officer who is responsible for filing in the patient's medical record file, including the doctor, nurse, or midwife, and the signature of the suffice provider. 4. Quantitative analysis of how to record in the medical record file of physician and natural patients. The date is incomplete, timing is incomplete, and the incomplete correction method. Recording in medical record files must always be done in the right way because medical record files are important files that must be considered. Let's go to the next point. It is about qualitative, qualitative analysis. What is qualitative analysis? A review of the medical record filing related to inconsistencies and incompleteness, the showing evidence that the medical record is inaccurate and complete. What components are analyzed on the qualitative analysis? 1. Review for complete and consistent diagnostic. 2. Review for entry consistency. 3. Review for description and justification of course of treatment. 4. Review for recording informed consent. 5. Review for documentation practice. And then review for potentially compensable events. Example cases in qualitative analysis. In this discussion, I took a reference from a journal that discusses acute diarrheal disease in toddlers who are included in the top 10 list of diseases by conducting an assessment of medical record documents at Masjito Bangil Hospital, Pasuruan Regency. 1. Review for complete and consistent diagnostics. All medical record documents contain aspects of problem clarity and diagnosis. There is clarity between the medical history and diagnosis made by the doctor. 2. Review for entry consistency. All patient document files contain consistent input aspects. There is consistency in the recording of the patient's medical resume with the information on the form in the medical record document for acute diarrhea of children under 5. 3. Review for description and justification of course of treatment. Active medical record documents contain aspects of service provided to patients with acute diarrhea under 5, while to medical record files still contain several unrecorded medical record documents. It is expected that health workers complete medical record documents immediately after completing the action or examination. 4. Review for recording informed consent. There is no informed consent because there is no special medical action that requires other alternatives. 5. Review for documentation practice. When there are still records of information about the patient's condition that are illegible because of the unclear writings of the doctor or nurse. 2. The use of abbreviation in each record in the medical record document for acute diarrhea patients. And 5 is in accordance with the existing abbreviation list. 3. There is no element of satire among peers in the medical record documents for acute diarrhea patients. Only 5. 4. There are gaps in writing medical record documents for acute diarrhea patients. And 5. 5. The use of ink is in accordance with the standards, namely black ink in writing medical record documents and red ink for temperature, pulse, and respiration. 6. There are medical record documents that don't contain pre-note aspects. 6. Review for person sorry 6. 6. Review for potentially compensable events. Information on compensation in the medical record document for acute diarrhea patients and 5 is appropriate. There is information on how to pay for acute diarrhea patients and 5 and there is information on compensation for patients participating in insurance, both BPJS Kesehatan and private insurance. This is my references. I think that's all of my presentation. I hope that it will be beneficial information for you all. Thank you for the question and attention. Have a great day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.